Moments that prove that football is more than just a game. Back in 2007, Iraq was a country torn by war and violence. People were divided by religion, ethnicity, and politics, and it felt like there was no hope for unity. But that year, something happened that nobody saw coming. You see, the Iraqi national team was preparing to play in the AFC Asian Cup. Most people didn't expect much from them, and the players even had to train outside of Iraq because it was too dangerous back home. They barely had enough resources, and some people even doubted they'd make it through the group stage. But then, against all odds, they pulled off one of the craziest stories in football history. The thing is, this team wasn't just discreetly talented, they were also incredibly diverse. There were Sunnis, Shias, Kurds, and even Christians all playing together. This of course raised some questions about how good the team chemistry would be, since many players had opposing beliefs. But suddenly, once a ball got involved, those differences were set aside. What I mean is that in a country where people were fighting over their differences, these players were showing what could happen if everyone worked as one. And despite being significant underdogs and almost nobody giving Iraq a chance to win the tournament, they ended up finishing their group and beating Australia and tying the host Thailand as well as Oman, punching their ticket to the quarterfinal, where they took care of Vietnam 2-0, and miraculously upset one of the tournament favorites, South Korea, 4-3 in penalty kicks in the semifinal. So after years of war, Iraqis finally had something to celebrate, but then something disgusting happened. As it turns out, after Iraq beat South Korea in the semifinal, celebrations broke out all over the country, but then tragedy struck. Bombs exploded in Baghdad, targeting fans celebrating the win. Dozens of people lost their lives, and the team was heartbroken. Some players even thought about quitting and not playing the final, and that looked like it was about to be a reality. So Iraq's underdog story was going to end in the worst way imaginable. But what happened next was heartbreaking yet beautiful at the same time. What I mean is that one of the mothers who lost her son in the bombing sent a message to the team. She urged them to play the final and win, not just for themselves but for all of Iraq. Inspired by her words, the team decided to keep going. But the final wasn't going to be a simple task. They had to face one of Asia's best teams, Saudi Arabia, and on July 29th, 2007, the Asian Cup final was set. The match was tense and stuck at a 0-0 draw for the majority, but in the 73rd minute, Yunus Mahmoud scored the only goal of the game, sending Iraq into an absolute frenzy. When the final whistle blew, Iraq had done the impossible. They were champions of Asia for the first time ever, and for a moment, the whole country celebrated together. Sunnis, Shias, Kurds, Christians, it didn't matter. Everyone was just Iraqi. I post videos like this one every day. Follow if you want the algorithm to show them to you.